and welcome to Buzz in the Bend, Michiana's award-winning student talk show. I'm Sejnaya Grohl from John Adams High School.
And I'm Fernando Sanchez, also from John Adams High School.
So it's really crazy about the Queen passing recently. I know we found out when we were in the middle of doing the shot by shot.
Yeah, a lot happened this week.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, she was the longest reigning monarch in the UK's history. There aren't many people alive who remember a time without her.
Yeah, she was there as long as I can remember.
And there's tributes pouring in from everywhere.
While Queen Elizabeth II traveled to the U.S. many times over her 70-year reign, she never visited Indiana. But on July 6, 1959, she toured Chicago. Here's the story.
The year was 1959. Israel was trying to form a new government. The Russian space dogs had just returned to Earth safely, and Queen Elizabeth visited the Windy City. According to the South Bend Tribune, the royals arrived in Chicago on their yacht, the Britannia. They'd taken it down the St. Lawrence River through the Great Lakes chain into Lake Michigan. The paper reported that a delicate lilac scent was sprayed in the air an hour before the Queen's arrival. As the yacht entered the harbor, fireboats shot their water guns in graceful salute at Navy Pier, and the water of Buckingham Fountain was turned pink for the occasion. The monarchs were greeted by both Governor William Stratton and Mayor Richard Daley. Her Royal Highness was a big supporter of science and technology. Therefore, a special electric cart was designed for her to tour the International Trade Show at the pier. Later, she attended an elaborate luncheon before taking a part in a 3-hour parade through the streets of Chicago. That evening, she had dinner with many Midwestern governors and mayors. It is estimated that 2 million people lined the streets to catch a glimpse of her throughout her 13-hour visit. Years later, after 9/11, Queen Elizabeth ordered the UK to fly their flags at half-staff in solidarity with the US. Last week, many US governors, including Governor Holcomb, returned the favor, ordering our flags to be lowered until the Queen's funeral. Here in South Bend, an additional tribute, a billboard, also pays homage to the United Kingdom's longest reigning monarch. For Buzz in the Bend, I'm Lydia Thurston.
What is life like for young people here in South Bend? Well, you'll get a chance to hear about it. High school students from our district will be launching their inaugural 574 Stories anthology. It is a collection of creative writing created during an intensive 5-day summer workshop. According to workshop mentor Dave Griffin, the goal of 574 Stories is to gain a better understanding of the city that we live in, the diverse lives, and the diverse perspectives. The event will be held tonight, Friday, September 16th at 6 p.m. at the Brown Community Learning Center. The stories will be read aloud and copies of the book will be made available.
Yesterday marked the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, and Latino students here in South Bend got to attend a college and career fair. Rafael Tortolero was there to learn how this event helps students with their futures.
This past September 1st, I got to attend the Indiana Latino Summit. The event started with fun games and activities. Then, the CEO of the Institute talked to all the students.
Today, you have an opportunity to ask questions, to knock the door, to discover the opportunity that is going to open the door for better tomorrow.
Carlos Ojeda Jr. attended and gave a really good motivational speech.
It is beautiful to see this many beautiful black and brown people in a room, so let's show ourselves some love.
The event had different workshops where Latino students could learn about the college application process.
I learned a lot of new stuff, there's fees to sign up for school. I never knew that. I thought you can just sign up for free. But you can get that fee waived if you do a campus tour or anything like that. You can sometimes stay the night.
There was also a college fair where many Indiana schools talked and promoted themselves to students.
Yeah, they had a lot of colleges that were some good ones, and they had augmenting, so that really motivated me. So I seen that, and it was really cool, and I really want to try doing that. So I'm going to try to go for that because that's motivated me to try to see what's in that field of majoring.
Reporting to SBS-TV News, I'm Rafael Tortolero.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to shoot a movie scene? It's definitely not as simple as it may seem. This week, our CTE media class got a chance to recreate scenes from our favorite films, shot by shot. We decided to recreate Scream 5, which is the brand new one. We're doing the scene where the actress picks up the phone and Scream is like asking her questions about the Stab movies.
I don't know these movies. I told you I don't know.
So we decided to recreate this scene because it's like the opening scene.
We're doing a scene of School of Rock, and I'm Jack Black.
Mr. S has never taught here at Horace Green, so I want you all to be on your best behavior.
Necklace.
I'm a teacher. All I need are minds for molding.
I'm the girl that does the sandwich, so yeah.
I'm tired, but I'm hungry.
Okay.
We have
so the very
sandwiches on the
first
set,
thing
and I
is-
want one.
So we chose American Psycho as our movie. We found a two-person dialogue scene that looked pretty interesting. It's got some cool shot, it's got some nice dialogue, it's got two pretty in-depth characters. Well, isn't this a coincidence?
The hardest part during filming was like remembering lines. Like it's like since it's just shot by shot, like almost everything has to be perfect. Like we have to like accommodate for time and like how long we take to say things, just so that way like everything is in sync.
Some of the challenges so far have definitely been costuming. Lighting is a big one. Kind of a challenge, but I think we're learning a lot on the way.
You can watch the final films side by side with the originals on our YouTube channel, SBS-TV, WTL Radio, starting tonight.
Lately, we've seen some amazing images from space, courtesy of the James Webb Telescope. Men have received a lot of credit in the history of astronomy. But what about the women who made significant contributions? Trinity Finnessy learns how a local play shines some light on these unsung heroes.
What am I doing here on Earth? Am I focusing my attention, my time in the right places?
We're at the beautiful South Bend Civic Theater. As you can see behind me, they're getting ready for their new play, Silent Sky.
It is about three women that really lived, Wilhelmina Fleming, Annie Cannon, and Henrietta Leavitt, who were astronomers at Harvard Observatory in the 1900s.
Henrietta Leavitt was the first person to figure out how to measure the universe.
Like Hidden Figures. You know, the movie told a story of women who were very instrumental with space and didn't really get the recognition that they deserved. And this play, Silent Sky, gives a glimpse into history of women who were extremely instrumental in astronomy.
It was tedious, it was mundane work, and the men at the time, the male scientists, thought that women were better at this work because it required a lot of patience.
These women were pioneers, which eventually led to the Hubble telescope.
It's looking at big ideas about religion and science and love, and there's also a sweet love story. There's a lot of scenes in the play about just looking up and all of the stars in the sky and feeling that, your place in the universe and how big it is.
Fall sports are in full swing. Here's Cooper Van Driesch with the latest from South Bend schools.
As temperatures start to fall, we continue to fall into high school sports action. And all four high schools in South Bend continue to take the field, court, and course as we reach the halfway point in high school sports season. I'm Cooper Van Driesch, back with another Sports Zone update. Starting out under the Friday night lights. As it was in the last edition of Sports Zone, the Riley Wildcats can be the best team in the corporation based upon overall record. The Wildcats currently sit at a .500 record on the season with wins over Gary West and Clay. Over at Adams, their new head coach got his first win as the coach of the Eagles with a 14-6 victory over city rival Riley on September 2nd. The Eagles have currently comprised a record of 1-3. Clay and Washington have continued to struggle on both sides of the ball and have yet to wave the flag of victory for either of their schools. But that is set to change tonight when both teams take the field against each other at 7 p.m. Speaking of matchups, let's see who Riley and Adams will be taking on tonight. Riley will take on Indianapolis, Washington at 7 p.m. at Jackson Field. And during halftime, the Riley Athletic Department will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of Riley's first football sectional title from 1992. And closing out with Adams, the Eagles will play their homecoming game tonight against Marion at School Field at 7 p.m. Although football has proven to be very eventful for all South Bend high schools, so have all the other sports. Let's see what's going on. Starting out at Riley, the girls volleyball team has been on a recent stride, winning city and tournament play games. Seniors Mila Kaiser and Tiffany Schmilk have proven themselves as leaders on and off the court for the Wildcats. At Clay, although small but mighty, their two members of the cross-country team both ran PRs at their meet over the weekend at Oxbow Park. Over at Adams, the boys soccer team who won a sectional championship last year continues to improve, with the record currently sitting at 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. They beat city rival Riley earlier this week, 9-0. Lastly, at Washington, their girls soccer team had some struggles with a recent loss, 12-0 at the hands of Elkhart. They look to improve every time they take a field. Moving over to college athletics, it's been a heartbreaking season so far for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team. After coming the season ranked 5th in the nation, the Irish have fallen out of the AP Top 25 completely after losses to Ohio State and a lower conference school, Marshall. The Marshall loss was especially hard on the Irish because the team came into the game 3 touchdown favorites. And during the game, starting quarterback Tyler Buckner suffered a season-ending shoulder injury. With both of those losses and the bowl game loss from last season, Marcus Freeman became the first head coach in Notre Dame history to start off 0-3. His team looks to find their first win since last November when they play Cal at home this weekend. You can learn more about what went wrong for the Irish on my sports talk show, The Independents, which airs tonight at 5:30 p.m. on WETL 91.7. That about wraps it up for me on this edition of Sports Zone. Back to the anchor desk.
It's a blast from the past for a group of students at Riley High School. Students in Michelle Kerr's classes have been creating pinhole cameras out of common household items to learn more about photography. They painted the interior of coffee cans black, cut shutter flaps and pinholes, then added photo paper to the contraptions. Students filmed the same location using different lengths of exposure time, then processed the film themselves. Kerr hopes the project using the old-fashioned technique will give her classes a better understanding of what happens very quickly these days with the digital process. Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of Buzz in the Bend. I'm Fernando Sanchez.
And I'm Sejnaya Grohl. As always, be sure to click that subscribe button and tap the bell icon to get notified when we upload a new video.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Tune in to our 24/7 student radio station, WETL 91.7 FM The Mix.
Find out how you can become a WATL sponsor by visiting www.sbstvradio.org.
Have a great day.